Aloha and welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. On tonight's episode, we're going to make a cocktail with a zillion ingredients. Let's go. Okay, before we go on, let me just tell you, I have a band called the Hula Girls. If you're not already familiar with the Hula Girls, we've been doing it for about 12 years now. We play like Hawaiian-themed, very tiki-themed rockabilly and exotica. But in the band, we've got go-go dancers. And the go-go dancers are going to help me tonight make this wildly complex cocktail. And I'll tell you why they're going to be on the show. There's a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you. Well, you've met Audrie Lorraine before on the show. But there she is again. But for the first time ever, Miss Neva Moore. Are you being blocked by this?
Yes, I think so. It's like level with my face.
I know. Oh my god. Also, I have like these girls in like bikini tops on the show, and they're all being blocked by bottles. So I apologize.
And it's like 50 degrees out here.
How long have you been in the band for? What?
Too long.
Okay. How long have you been in the band for?
I think I joined in like 2012.
So like 10-ish years?
Yeah.
Is there a favorite show that we did?
I don't know. There were so many great shows at Dawn's.
Oh, Dawn the Beachcomber.
Yeah.
Yep.
One that stands out is like when my hair got stuck in your guitar. Just because that was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that was my favorite, but
It's
I
memorable.
remember it.
Definitely memorable. Yeah, she was kind of dancing too close to my guitar.
You were playing too close to my dancing, just so we're clear.
All right. So what's the reason why we're making this cocktail?
Well,
Because it's delicious.
and we're going
and-
somewhere very special.
And where are we going?
The Hukilau!
What's the Hukilau?
It is an amazing tiki event in Florida.
So our band has been hired to perform as headliners of the Hukilau, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So they'll be joining me to Florida along with a couple other band members. But one of the most incredible cocktails, probably on the history of the earth. On the history of the earth? Thank you. Is a cocktail called the Black Magic. We've made this cocktail before on the show, but we all really just wanted to enjoy this cocktail again because it's delicious.
One of my favorites.
And unfortunately, the Mai-Kai is not going to be open while we're there, so we thought we'd revisit this thing. If you want to go back and watch a more detailed explanation of this recipe comes from our friend Hurricane Hayward. We did this maybe a couple years ago, but I thought it was worth revisiting because it is a tasty, tasty drink. So for this cocktail, we will be using limes, oranges, white grapefruit juice, honey syrup, falernum, herbsaint, allspice dram, a Spanish-style rum like Brugal Anejo, Bacardi Black, a funky pot-still Jamaican rum like Smith & Cross, Demerara rum like Eldorado 12, Angostura bitters, and the magical ingredient. I think people hear that there's coffee in this drink and they go, no thanks, dude. But it's just a flavor thing.
It's really good.
Coffee. All right, so we're gonna get started with cutting a lime in half. Very good. Oh, all right. What in the world? Okay, and so what we need is 3/4 of an ounce per cocktail. And of course, we know that only about an ounce of lime juice lives in a lime, so we're gonna have to probably do a couple more of these limes. If you'll hand me a couple more.
Coming right up.
Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 in one and 1 in this one because I feel like these drinks are gigantic. For the next ingredient, we're gonna do orange juice. Nice job.
Thanks.
No problem.
I practiced.
Why is this so uncomfortable? It feels very uncomfortable. Okay, so 3/4 of an ounce per cocktail. That's 1.5 ounces for this side. And then we're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce in this one over here. Let's do the third ingredient, which is white grapefruit juice. White grapefruit is different than pink grapefruit. So if you are able to find white grapefruit, I said white grapefruit.
I heard.
I know. I would suggest you find a white grapefruit. Go ahead and cut that in half. What?
Your turn. You did such a good job.
What? She just did the orange. It's your turn.
I think it's your turn, actually.
They're trying to control the show. And it's my show. So, let's see.
Whoa.
My
Take
word.
it easy.
That'll be enough of that.
It's not intentional. I can't help it. Okay, that's 1.5 ounces for that side. And then 3/4 of an ounce for the other one. The next ingredient is in my back pocket. There's a lot of ingredients, so it's hard to keep track of this. 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup.
Oh, this is so awkward. I can't do
I
it.
was wondering how you.
That's perfect. Good work.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yay!
I'm an old pro.
1.5 ounces of honey syrup there. And then let's do another 3/4 of an ounce for the other one.
You have to do a lot of math for this show.
You just got to know how to multiply like quarters of ounces.
Not my strong suit.
Aren't you a doctor? 1.5 ounces of coffee. Now you want to use a Kona coffee. The flavor profile is much different than any other coffee stuff, right? I don't know much about coffee. That's what Hurricane Hayward says to do. You want me to do this? No. Okay, 1.5 ounces here. Another 1.5 ounces. 1.5 ounces over here. Okay. Do you see this? What is that?
Did you stop with the cork?
You see how big that cork is? Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
You and your cork.
It seems like you must have made that joke
You
before.
and your cork.
In the video that we did previously, Hurricane Hayward talks about Mariano's mix number 7. If you don't make it ahead of time, you can just do a 1/2 ounce of falernum and 1/8 ounce of herbsaint. So, 1/2 ounce of falernum per cocktail. Audrie, do you have a favorite tiki bar?
Well, the home tiki bar was Dawn's.
Yeah.
I really miss Dawn's lately.
Me too.
And 1/8 teaspoon of herbsaint. Okay, we're gonna do this over the measuring thing so that we don't accidentally pour too much into the drink. That's 1/8 teaspoon per cocktail, so we got to do that twice. And the falernum, we have to do that twice as well. So there's another 1/8. This is so awkward. There's not a lot of room back here. What about if you had to choose one tiki bar in Florida?
Probably all-time favorite would have to be the Mai-Kai. It is like the Disneyland of tiki. And I'm really excited to see it come back.
Yes.
Right, we thought we were going to lose the Mai-Kai for a minute, and because of a hurricane strike, like it struck the building, the hurricane.
You did.
Looks like they're able to rebuild it. They have new investors, so exciting times. Unfortunately, it will not be ready while we are in Florida, but it's good news that it's coming back. Another 1/8 teaspoon of herbsaint for Mariano's mix. This is the most complex, longest taking drink to make.
We're almost there.
They've been waiting for like 2 hours. I was like, I got to remember how to make this thing. 1 teaspoon of allspice. Now, you can use Dawn's mix, which is allspice combined with a vanilla syrup. But Hurricane Hayward also goes, dude, just use some allspice. It'll get you close. Go ahead and take that cork out. That was a good one.
Just for you.
Thank you. 1 teaspoon for that. And 1 more teaspoon for the other drink. Okay, we do need to do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. You will be doing these.
Okay,
Do you know how to do a dash?
I do.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Before you open it, why don't
Okay.
you show me how you do a dash? Pretend like that's open.
Dash.
No. Closer.
How about you show me?
Well, Kelly Merrill taught me.
Oh.
You don't trust Kelly Merrill?
Okay,
You go up and then all the way down. 4 of those, please. Right here.
sure. Up. All the way down.
My God.
All the
Oh,
way down.
no. Okay, let's stop
That was
that.
3.
Yeah, that was 3, but it felt like 4.
It felt like a lot.
All right.
It kind of seemed the same.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let's get into the rums now. So the rum situation is very interesting. There are 4 rums that make up the blend that you need for this cocktail. 2 of the rums, Smith & Cross and this El Dorado Demerara rum, are needed to make the Mai-Kai blend. So this is supposed to emulate the Kohala Bay rum that is now out of print? Out of print? Out of production. Thank you. So what we need is 3/4 of an ounce of each one of these to equal the 1.5 ounces per cocktail. So there is 3/4 of Demerara. We're gonna do that twice. And, smell that. What do you think?
Delicious. Smell a little bit of black liquor.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3/4 of an ounce twice. So that'll be 1.5 ounces to finish off the Kohala Bay mix. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. It's gonna be like a 45-minute episode of just making the drink. Okay. Now, you're going to want to use a Bacardi Black. Bacardi usually has kind of a bad reputation, but for certain applications, it sits very well in certain drinks. So 1 ounce of Bacardi Black per cocktail. So there's 2 here. And 1 in the other one. So we're going to be using a gold Spanish style rum for the last rum, wearing, of course, this very fancy fishnet stocking.
Sexy.
Oh my god. Okay, 1 ounce of Brugal Añejo per cocktail. I've been trying to give everybody kind of alternates to some of the rum choices, but I don't know what you would use as an alternate to this. I don't know, mention it in the comments below if you have an idea as an alternate to Brugal Añejo. Okay, and with that, those are the drinks. It's a long, long road to get to this point. We need to put ice in there. Okay, why don't you go ahead and give that a little bit of a mix. Just about like 8 seconds. Perfect.
Yay.
There you go. Okay, now that we have everything mixed, we're just gonna go ahead and pour into the cups here. Oh,
Ooh. Good save.
this one here. Now, the exciting thing about the cocktails at the Mai-Kai is they serve them in these gigantic snifters. Say that word.
Snifter?
Snifter.
It's a fun word.
It's pretty fun. Do you have an opinion about corks?
I feel like that's a trick question, and I don't want to answer it.
Now, when you make this cocktail at home, fill your cups all the way to the top with ice. That's the proper way to do it. We ran out of
ice.
But that doesn't mean we can't taste these delicious cocktails.
That's right.
Folks, if you want to help support the Breezeway Cocktail Hour, you can join the Patreon. You get this enamel pin, just like we're giving to our brand new guest, Miss Neva Moore. You already have one.
I do.
Also, you get an opportunity to buy merch before it goes on sale, as well as participate in an after episode Zoom meeting where we talk about the episode. What's the hell so funny about that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Why should you think that's funny?
I don't know.
Also, if you aren't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you like them, it's a good reason to hit the like button, right? I swear to God, I've known them for like 10 years, and this is the most uncomfortable thing in the world. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I know. It's wildly awkward. We've had, like 100 guests on this show, and this is the most
Is this the
uncomfortable I've been.
worst?
Yeah. I don't know what this is. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Magical.
It's so good. There's notes of honey in it. You definitely get the coffee flavor, but it doesn't taste like drinking a coffee drink. Like more of a spice kind of thing. Like a flavory spice flavor. You heard me. So does this take you back to the Mai-Kai?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to the Mai-Kai?
Yes.
We've been to the Mai-Kai together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Hula Girls have performed there, I think 3 times now, and sometimes we have different dancers, and sometimes we're unable to bring our California girls with us. We're bringing you this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Hukilau happens in about a week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. If you haven't already bought tickets to the Hukilau, if you're in the Florida area, or if you want to come and join us in Florida, you can watch them dance to my guitar playing. You can also join us on Sunday morning, where I'm going to be hosting a Sunday morning brunch, talking about cocktails. We're going to have our buddy Hurricane Hayward on the show. It's going to be a good time. We're going to make a cocktail from the Mai-Kai, because we can't go to the Mai-Kai yet. But we'll be back, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite tiki cocktail?
Probably this.
Oh. All right.
I don't know if there's a lot of good ones. I like Saturn, Jungle Bird, Painkiller.
What about you?
Yeah. First and foremost, this.
Mm-hmm.
But for a quick, easy, probably a good daiquiri.
We did have daiquiris earlier, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which, in all honesty, should have loosened us all up for this.
But that was hours ago.
It was hours ago. We were shooting photos earlier. Yeah.
I think the sun was still out.
What is this episode? I don't know what this episode is.
How to make a drink awkwardly with friends.
True.
Why was it such a dud?
You think it was a dud?
Yes! I want to start over.
Was this episode a dud? Leave a message in the comments below.
Or don't, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
he's
know.
sad.
The drink's good.
The drink is very good.
Like
It's very good.
It's getting more
The
fun.
drink's better than the show.
The drink's better than the show.
Transporting me
To the Mai-Kai. It's really a great drink, isn't it?
It's so good.
Yeah. All right, folks, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And if you don't hit that subscribe button,
Heads will roll.